Hello everybody and welcome to the Top Producer Show. So our mission is to educate, equip, and train servant leaders, and our vision is to create financially independent achievers, and our purpose is to help people grow. So before we go into the next chapter of Think and Grow Rich, we're going to go ahead and invite some people onto here. It's already halfway through the week.
It's almost halfway through the month.
Oh.
Yep. Tomorrow, team open house.
Honestly, we've had so much stuff going on. I haven't been able to remember what day it is because we've had so much stuff going on, which is a good thing. But thank God for Google Calendars, because otherwise I would never be able to keep all this stuff straight.
Mark your calendars.
Always plan your month before your month begins, and plan your week before the week begins. That way you can stay organized. All right, and here we go. Hello, Drake. How's it going?
What is going on? I know tomorrow we're headed up to Wisconsin. So, chapter 8 is the 7th step towards riches. But first, let's read it. We're kind of like halfway in the middle. Let's kind of recap real quick. Desire is the first. Hi, Chelsea. Desire is the first step towards riches. Then you have faith. You have to have faith to be able to do anything. Believe. Auto-suggestion, repeating to yourself over and over and over again that it can happen for you. Specialized knowledge. If you're going to build anything great, you're going to have to obviously do some studying. Learn the vocabulary, learn the people who are involved. You don't have to know everything, but you got to know some specialized stuff. Like contacting, inviting, presenting, what third-party material to get people. Organized planning. If you don't have a plan, someone has a plan for you. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. It is really the truth. They have the plan of you working for them. Imagination, your ability to create ideas, to create what you need through just the ability to think. And then today, we're getting into the last step, which is decision. Okay, so 7 steps towards riches. The 7th step towards riches is decision. The 7th, which is the mastery of procrastination. The 7th step. Analysis of over 25,000 men and women who experienced failure disclosed the fact that they lacked decision was near the head of the major list of 31 major causes of failure. So yesterday was very long. It's kind of a long chapter, and it talked about all the different reasons why people fail. And this kind of says, they interviewed 25,000 people, and it was at the top of the list 100 years ago. Guess what's at the top of the list today? Still decision. I've actually seen studies on this. They just, people they're like, well, I just can't figure out, they're having problems, which one to mark. That's decision. Procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which practically every man and woman must conquer. If you want success, if you want riches, if you want a successful business, that's just something you have to do. So people who fail to accumulate money without exception have the habit of what? Not reaching decisions. If at all, very slowly, and then change their mind very quickly. What you'll also find is successful people make decisions quickly and change their mind very seldom. So it's kind of in direct opposite. Now, why is it so easy for the wealthy to make decisions so quickly? And a lot of people would say, well, because they can mess up and it doesn't matter. Well, no, that's not true. The reason they're able to make decisions quickly is a lot of times is their focus is 1,000 times greater than the average person, meaning they know which direction they're headed. So if it takes them off track, if it doesn't go along with what they're doing, if it's not of interest, if it's not of specialty, they can probably make that decision very quickly. Also, you'll find that usually their value system of what they value. Now, I'm not saying all their values are great. I'm just saying their value system is very defined. So does it fit their values? Does it fit their core values? Does it fit their purpose? Does it fit the mission they're on? And if it doesn't, next. I mean, they can make the decision that fast. Sometimes it's a vocabulary you use. So, people who fail to communicate. In your search for the secret of the method, do not look for a miracle because you're not going to find it. A lot of people in direct sales, in recruiting, in team building, look for some kind of magic bullet that if they would just say these 2 words, everybody would get in. Here's the thing. Everybody's not going to get in. Everybody's not meant to get in. Everybody's not meant to join your company. Not everybody joins Apple. Not everybody joins Microsoft. Not everybody joins Tesla. Even though they interview there, they're like, yeah, it's just not a good fit for me. I mean, even though that's where successful people have gone in the past, that's where successful people have come from, not everybody goes to those type of companies. Why? Because it's not a good fit for them. Even they turn people down. So don't think just because you're in a company that has opportunity that everybody should join you. In fact, you don't want that to happen. Why? Because if everybody joined your company, then it'd be over, right? I mean, people are already there. People got there before you. People have been there years before you. That company would be over. The opportunity would be dead. So you don't necessarily want everybody to join you right away. So you will find only the eternal laws of nature when you go out looking when it comes to decision. These laws are available to every person who has faith and the courage to use them. Those who reach decisions promptly and definite know what they want and generally get it. So the key is knowing what you want, because then you can make decisions very quickly because your brain will actually figure out what's important and what's not. Now, not right away, but once you're in the game and you do it for a while. I was talking with a friend and a business partner, and they were like, hey, I was able to just hang up on this person, and I just knew that they weren't the right fit. Like, it was the first time I did it. I've kind of just went through the motions with other people, but like halfway in, this person was just asking all these questions, just being a jerk, and I was just like, you know what, this isn't for you, and was able to get off the phone. And he's like, it felt so awesome that I knew what to do and where I was going, and that they just weren't a good fit. I was like, that means you're on track. The leaders in every walk of life decide quickly and firmly. So it really doesn't matter if it's philanthropy, 501c3. It doesn't matter if it's a giant corporation. It doesn't matter if it's an LLC. It doesn't matter if you're, a 1099 self-contractor. It doesn't mean if you're a salesperson. But the people who, reach decisions quickly are the leaders. That is the major reason why they are leaders at what they do, is they're able to reach decisions quickly and firmly, meaning they don't change their minds 6,000 times after they decide to do something. Indecision is a habit in which begins at youth. So basically, it's something that has to be trained. Little kids like, oh, let's go to this. Oh, it's not fun anymore. Let's stop. So it's tough. Indecision is a habit that begins at youth. 98% of people work where they do because it's the first thing they could find, not because it's really what they wanted to do. And then watch this. Then they don't leave. They don't leave. Why? Because it's more work in their mind to go find something new. Hi, Shamala. It's more work to go find something new than it is to just keep going at what you're doing. Kind of interesting, right? Definiteness of decision always requires courage, sometimes very great courage. Financial independent riches, desirable business and professional positions are not within reach of a person who neglects or refuses to plan and demand these things and make firm decisions. It's just not possible. So the point is if you must have it, you will go get it. If you just want it, It's not enough. It has to be a must. Tony Robbins talks about this. He goes, you have to move your wants to must. I must, or I'll never accept, $30,000 a year or $30,000 a month again. I'll never accept that. I'm going to demand more. This is what I must make on every deal. I know a guy in the business, he's like 20,000. I was like, well, what? He's like 20,000. I won't do a deal for less than 20,000. He's like 20,000 is just the minute. Like, it doesn't even make sense. He goes, most of the time I want more. This is a guy who buys and flips property in Florida. He's like, I won't even buy a deal. I won't even look at a deal that doesn't make that amount of money. He goes, normally I'm looking for bigger deals. But he also has 38 years of experience, so he doesn't mess around anymore. He's like, look, there's so many deals out there. I know how to find them. I'd rather do these type of deals. So that's what we have for today on decisions. This is chapter 8, the 7th step towards riches. And we go over basically one chapter a day. And right now we're going over Think and Grow Rich. So if you don't have that book, I would go get it. It's one of the foundational books of success in multiple industries. But I've always heard about this book inside of direct sales, inside of network marketing, inside of MLM. So it would be one to get, one to study, one to go over every year. That's why we're going over it again. People are like, didn't you just go over this last year? Yes. We go over it every single year. There's just some books that are foundational that it makes sense to go over. And he even says you're supposed to read this like 3, 4, 5 times back to back just to be able to get the lessons, because this is stuff that they don't teach in school. So,
and there's also so much information if you're new to any industry or new to getting into business for yourself. It's a good book to go through, and there's a lot of lessons in here, and you're not going to get it all in on the first read. There's still times like we're reading through this and then all of a sudden something jumps out at me and I'm like, oh my God, where was that? And the key is you got to build yourself up to a point where you're ready to almost accept that lesson, where then you understand what exactly it is that he's trying to tell you. And then all of a sudden it'll make sense. So with that, that is what we have for you guys today. Be sure to go to the Top Producer Facebook page and join that group, join that page, because we're going to share each one of the notes for each chapter of this. So if you would like the notes, you are more than welcome to have them. If you'd like to take your own notes, you can do that too. So, and go follow us on YouTube, because these videos are also going to be uploaded to there. So with that, that is what we have for today, and we will see you guys tomorrow.